really big saves there down the end, and that's so important for him and for our team on back-to-back nights. You need that, and you need and they got 5 or 6 guys that can shoot it as well as anybody in the last 20 years. So he was great tonight. Really happy for him. He's had some nights, I think he's played well, and he's got some strange bounce. I think when we played in Pitt, that was exactly the same thing. He just got some strange tips around the net and didn't get the win. But for him now, that's what it is trying to stack up some wins. I don't know. I think we've been afforded 9 or 10 back-to-backs here in the back half of our season, so he's going to play a lot of hockey. It's nice to have him confident there. Big save, too. Like, good in the overtime, real good in the overtime after giving up one late that wasn't his. It was 6-on-4, so lots of kind of steps forward for the young man, some maturity. I was happy with that.
Chuck in the box for as long as he was.
Yeah.
First shift, gets the big goal. Just how fitting was it for him to...
I'm going to tell you the number of times that I sat on the other bench when that, the guy'd be in the box, come out and score the game-winning goal, or what we thought would be certainly at that time. But he was fresh. We'll say that. He got to rest a little bit, so a big goal for us for sure.
Did you get an explanation as to what he did to merit a misconduct?
No, there was lots of conversations on the ice today about what was going on the ice today. I think, and I mean this, like, there's some places like what the explanations, and I know the fans would want to know, and I understand that. But what's said between the referees and coaches and players, I think should stay there. I really do. So it's over.
Were you satisfied with?
Well, you're never satisfied. No, I mean, it's just, it's, I didn't ask about that. I didn't ask about what happened there. It's kind of like, no, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say, and I mean it, like, I think what goes on between referees and coaches should stay right on the ice.
But on the game in a general sense, how impressed were you with how the guys stuck with it? Seems like you never lost
momentum
with all the stops.
I kind of felt that tonight, and it was we got some guys that were fighting through some things to play in the game tonight, and things haven't been easy for us, but their mood was right. Like, they were cheering for each other, they were pulling for each other. The bench felt good tonight. Like, they played hard. We made some mistakes, and when we did, Spencer was great, so that's like he's part of that. So I'm actually really happy with that win. I'm happy because it wasn't easy for us, and it was a grinder, and like I said, back-to-back. You play these teams now, they're sitting in the 9-hole point out of the playoffs, and that's a proud team, and they've won Stanley Cups. So they're coming in, and they're rested. They're watching us play last night. To pull out a win, shootout, I'm taking it. I'm not apologizing for it, and I'm happy with the way it happened.
You've won 6 of your last 9, I think, now since the Edmonton game, and there's stuff that you can clean up. Like you said, there's guys that are fighting through things. How good does it feel that you're stacking wins and it's not ideal?
Yeah, I like going into a day off with a win. Changes the mood, and we're going to play a whole bunch of road hockey here this month, and we want to suffer our losses appropriately. If they're no good, we got to deal with it. But also, you can enjoy wins too, and especially those back-to-backers. Those are great.
Ekblad, I don't think he was on the ice for the last 6 minutes left.
Yeah, well, it was just, he's just one of those guys who's dealing with it. We think he's a player for us in Colorado, and it just, when the game got to that kind of kill and then the overtime, it didn't make sense.
Okay, so he played 2 shifts after the penalty. He wasn't sat because of the penalty or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not holding our conversations with players when we take penalties that we shouldn't. There's nothing in the interface between the refereeing and the Florida Panthers tonight was all fine.
Just on the PK, Jesper and Nosek getting a lot more time. Obviously, you guys on the PK a lot. Just seeing the two of them getting time, especially the first 4.
They're really good at it, and it's good that they get the time. But I mean, I think we were trying to bleed them to death tonight. We had 10 minutes of high sticking penalties, so we just cannot run Barkov. I think Lundell and Luciano can run bigger minutes there because they don't take the minutes on the power play, but we just can't run Barkey and Rhino in a game on back-to-back nights. So those other guys got to step up and get it done, and they were great. They have to play, they have to take more, and they did a good job with it.
You've alluded to it a couple of times, but the January schedule is kind of a bear. The December schedule is kind of a bear. Everything since Finland has kind of been tough. Somehow, going through some stuff, how has that prepared you for the next gauntlet here?
I think it's fair that for the most part, our December-January schedule is always going to be difficult for us. That's just the way it works, and we're fine with it. It's been great for us in the past, as hard as it's gotten in there, and I think the first years was the worst right? It was really, really difficult, and we had a lot of sickness. It's been our proving ground. It's where we, we're at the midway point now. We get out on the road a bit this month, and then, by the time we get to March and April, for the most part, we don't travel out of our time zone, which is we pay for it now, and then hopefully we can benefit from it later.